Hey everybody, it's Marie, the Everyday Mother, bringing you today's Daily Mother Mythbuster. Okay, so last night I went to see the movie Eat, Pray, Love. And do you know what I find really interesting? Is that once I learn about a principle, it seems to appear everywhere. It's like it's following me around. And so this is the same thing with this movie. It's exactly what I've been talking about for weeks now. The theme of this movie was that you have to love yourself completely before you can love anyone else. So, after watching this movie last night, I kind of had this thought rolling around in my brain all night. And then finally, I woke up this morning and thought, that's really interesting. So, have you ever heard anyone say, "My life is a train wreck"? Somehow last night while I was sleeping and thinking about this movie, kind of everything got all crazy and mixed up in my head. And when I woke up, I had the thought, my life is a trained wreck. Trained wreck. What I mean by that is that we are trained by our parents who were trained by their parents to just kind of do these things. You're expected to grow up, get married, and have kids. And in this process, you are expected to give everything of yourself. As human beings, but especially as mothers and wives, we are completely trained to give everything. And most often, we leave nothing for ourselves. It is so easy to wake up in a life that you don't know how you got there. It is easy to wake up in a marriage and to all of a sudden have all these kids and go, wow, I've been married for 7 years and I have 2 kids. How did I get here? One of the most interesting things she said in the movie last night was, I was an active participant in all of these moments that led up to this point, but I don't see myself in any of them. So it's interesting because even though we are the ones making every single one of these choices up to where we are now, it is so often that we do these either on autopilot or without really thinking them through. They're exciting in the moment, or we think, oh, this is what I should be doing. But so often we lose ourselves when in getting to that point. It's easy to wake up and think, how did I get here? And do I even want to be here? This is a life that I don't know if I would have chosen if I got to do it all over again. Now that's easy to think. You know what's hard? What's hard is to find yourself. What's hard is to take the time to find yourself. So in this movie, she goes away for a year and she gets to travel the world, which is so amazing and sounds so exciting. I loved watching that. But not everybody should, could, or will be able to go do that. Now, what the amazing thing is that we can find ourselves without going anywhere. We do not have to travel the world to find ourselves. My brother travels the world. I mean, he literally is in a different place of the world, week to week, day to day. I mean, we never know where he's going to be. He's in England, then he's in Uganda, then he's in Finland, then he's in Russia, then he's in India. Literally travels the world. And just recently, he posted on Facebook that he was going into a couple, I think 10 days or 14 days of silence. And I love what he said. He said, I have explored the world around me, and now I'm going to take the time to explore the world within me. I loved that. And you know what I thought? I was like, you know what? The world around you is a beautiful place. But you're going to have even more fun exploring the world within you, and you're going to find out it's just as beautiful, if not more, than this world you have experienced around you. Each of us can take that chance to explore the world within us without going anywhere. And it's essential that we, as mothers and wives and human beings, take that time to get to know who we are. Now, I don't know if you are in a marriage you're supposed to be in. I don't know if you made the right choice or if you can now make that choice right. So often mothers think, maybe everyone would be better off without me. If I were to take off right now, my husband would be better off without me. My kids would be better off without me. Because I'm just hindering them. I'm holding them back with all of my weaknesses. I can tell you right now that that's not the case. Whether you're in the right marriage or not, I don't know. I'm not going to make that decision for you. But what I know is that leaving isn't always the right answer. Sometimes if you take the time to love yourself completely, you're going to find out you're exactly where you should be, with exactly who you should be with, without trying to change the other person. If you leave, you're going to still be in the same place because you're not right where you are. Change is not always about leaving. My friend and I had this awesome conversation the other day. You always hear people saying, I need a change. I'm stuck in a rut. And so often when they think these things, it's like, okay, what kind of external influences can I have coming in so that I can feel better again, so that I can get that adrenaline moving again? Whether it's changing houses, moving countries, or getting new clothes, or having another baby. There are so many external influences we keep trying to push on ourselves to keep our lives moving. So my friend and I were talking the other day, and she's like, you know what I finally realized? I don't have to go anywhere to get that change. That change can happen right here in my own life and in my own self. I can be happy where I am. Sometimes being happy where you are is as simple as just thinking, you know what? It's time to be happy where I am. I'm going to accept life as it is. Now, sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes there are some serious things going on inside us that we need to recognize and acknowledge and sometimes overcome. But when we take the time to do that, that allows us to love ourselves completely, which allows us to love everyone else around us completely. Another great line in the movie is he said, you know what? I think you have the power within you to love the entire world. I loved that because when you love yourself completely, you love the entire world around you. Now, I know it's not easy to always find out how to love yourself completely. That is a tricky question people ask me all the time because that's one of the things I talk about is loving yourself completely. It allows you to be a better mother, allows you to be a better person, and on and on and on. So people say, well, how do you do that? How do you love yourself completely? This video is already going a little long, so I can't go into all of that right now. But when you sign up at mothermyths.com and watch the free 15-minute video, put your name and email in, watch the video, and then there's some exclusive emails that will come to you with videos, and one of the videos is talking specifically about this. But there are steps you can take to love yourself completely. You have to give yourself time to look inside. If you are always going, serving others, service is a great, amazing thing. But you can't keep giving when there's nothing left inside you to give. It's like, the analogy of giving to your kids from an empty pitcher. That's not going to work. But if you completely pour some stuff back into yourself, then you will be overflowing. And these kids will have an abundance of water instead of this empty pitcher that you're trying to feed them from now. So one of the things is to look inside yourself. Invest the time in yourself. Quiet time. Not going out with your friends, which is a mistake I've made. Not watching TV, which is another mistake that I've made. That is me time, but that's not really taking time to get to know myself. It's not allowing the quiet time where my spirit can connect, where I can find that passion, where I can unleash the power inside me. That's when you get to know yourself, and that's when you start to overflow, when everyone else around you will just be able to reap the benefits of the time you took to invest in yourself. So that's one of the ways you can love yourself. The other one I talk about in the exclusive video when you sign up at mothermyths.com is about how to love your weaknesses and your strengths. So some future videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what that really means. But for now, I hope that what I've said will be able to go straight from my heart to yours. This is something that I'm passionate about. This is something I love, and I'm so excited that this is something that shows up for me in so many different ways, even in just going to see a movie with my friends, in a way that it can allow me to reconnect with my soul. Because once you start to learn these things, they really are everywhere and in everything you do. Everything you see in the world around you will become part of you and will help allow you to become a better person in ways that you never thought possible. So that is the thought of the day. And until next time, join us at mothermythstribe.com and let us know what you think. We'll see you there.